Hello, everybody, and welcome to class. Excited to be here today. What I want to do for you guys is give you a little bit of information about poetry to maybe help you feel a little bit better about what you had to do last week and help you with your one assignment this week. Now, if you remember from the beginning of the semester, poetry is beautiful thought, image, or emotion, and there's a little bit more to that definition. But what I want to revisit with you all is this idea of beautiful. When it comes to beautiful, well, what is beauty? What's beautiful? It's an opinion, right? It's very subjective. It's up to, well, who you are asking. So when it comes to beautiful thought, image, or emotion in poetry, it really depends on who you are asking. So when it comes to poetry interpretation, despite popular belief, despite what other instructors have probably told you, it's up for interpretation. So what you are going to be trying to figure out is, what does it mean? What does the poem mean? A lot of you guys try to figure out what that titleless poem meant, which, well, I'll let you know a little bit about that. It is titled The Facebook Sonnet, and it was written by Sherman Alexie in 2011. So when it comes to what does it mean, well, what did that poem mean to you? What did it mean to you in that time? And that is what you need to know about poetry in general. You got to figure out what it means. Now, of course, to meet the state standards, so y'all have all of the information. When it comes to poetry, there's a bunch of ideas that you can explore to help you figure out what it means. These ideas include things like imagery, word choice, as many of you might have seen at church.com. This could even include a storyline, if there is one. Maybe you analyze and look at tone, maybe point of view, maybe even, these are beginning to look familiar, setting, characters. You can even look at symbolism, which is definitely used a lot, like in metaphors and similes there. But also when you're trying to figure out what does it mean, think about social or cultural commentary. Look at the time in which it was written. What is it saying about society? Maybe, and this is what you're going to be doing this week for sure, look for relatable content. I mean, when you read Edgar Allan Poe, The Raven, nevermore, nevermore, you begin to feel a sense of connection with him because, well, maybe you have felt, nevermore, nevermore. Can we please just have that nevermore? Whether it was with a romantic love or maybe it was with your car dying for the 6th time. But when it comes to poetry, when it comes to interpreting poetry, it is, what does it mean to you? Now, a lot of instructors want to know, what does it mean when the author wrote it? Well, that's not what we are doing in this class. I want you to figure out, what does it mean to you? And use these things you're familiar with to help explain that. So as you move into this week's lesson, which is going to be finding a poem that represents you, make sure you just remember, beauty is in the eye of the beholder.